Welcome back, crafty friends. With Halloween just around the corner, I thought this would be the perfect time for a new pattern that is a little bit Halloween themed. So today we are going to make this beginner-friendly mouse or rat felt plushie. I have a free pattern linked in the description below, so go ahead, click that link, print your pattern, come back here, and we will sew this together. This project is great for kids or beginners who just want a simple project to put together. This one comes together fast, and I think it is really cute and fun. To sew this cute and adorable mouse felt plushie, you're going to need the following supplies. Felt in the color that you want your mouse, the free printable pattern, again linked in the description below, some embroidery floss that matches your felt. I have gray for the outside of my mouse, pink for the mouse's nose, and black for the eyes. If you want to do the nose a different color, you're welcome to. So you may just want gray and black, and then something to stuff the inside of your plushie with. These are my felt scraps. I always hold on to them. They are great starter stuffing. This is polyfill, which is found at the craft store. It's which is most stuffed animals. I've also used ripped up plastic bags, so feel free to use what you have and something to cut your pattern out with, and then something to sew your pattern with. This is an embroidery needle. It just has a little bit of a bigger eye down here for this thicker floss. If you are using normal thread, you can use a normal needle, and the stitches will just show up a little bit less. I think both ways are amazing. So go ahead, pause the video, print your pattern, cut it out, come back here, and let's get started on this. Once you have all of your pattern pieces cut out, it's time to start tracing. Now, as you're tracing, pay attention to any of these that say cut to. And as you trace them, you're going to trace them one time on the side with the words, and then you're going to flip them upside down for the second time you trace them. This is just going to make our pieces line up better when we're sewing them together. And then you're also just going to want to put your pieces as close to the edge of the felt as you can. This is just going to maximize your felt for future projects. And then as you're cutting, hang on to any of these scraps that you cut off. They are awesome for stuffing the inside of your creature if you don't want to use polyfill, or even just to make your project go a little bit further. So go ahead, pause the video, trace your pieces, and come back here and let me give you some quick instructions before you start cutting them out. And then for the tail, you can decide if you want to make your tail out of felt or if you want to make it out of string. So rats typically have thicker, more ropey tails, and I think a felt tail would work better if you are doing a rat. If you want this to be a mouse, you might want to do just an embroidery floss tail and just leave it long and kind of skinny. Either way is going to look great. You might want to make that decision now before you start cutting this out. Doesn't really matter either way. Once you have all of your pieces traced, it's time to start cutting them out. Now, as you're cutting, you're just going to go slow and careful and try and cut off your tracing lines. So I'm trying to cut just inside of my pattern. Try and cut those off. So go ahead, pause the video, get all your pieces cut out, and then come back here. Once you have your mouse pieces cut out, we're going to start by sewing an eyeball onto one of your mice. So I have taken a little bit of black string. I usually measure from about my fingertips to my shoulder. This is a leftover piece, so it's a little short. I'll probably have to redo it. And then I'm going to do a small loop knot. So I'm just making a loop down here, putting the two edges in, kind of pretzel style. And then I put my finger over where these lines are crossed. That just controls where this knot is going so that my knot doesn't end up right here. So hold it, pull on your needle side to slide that knot towards the end. And we are going to pick up one of our mouse pieces and sew an eyeball into it. So I like to lay out my pieces so I can kind of see where I want my eyes to be. I probably want an eye right here. And you're also going to want to look at your pieces and see if you have any tracing lines that are still showing up on your piece. That's fine. We're just going to want those to face inward. So I'm going to start from the side where my tracing lines are. I'm going to figure out where I want my eye to be. I'm going to poke my needle in. I want mine up just a little bit. We're going to pull this almost to the end. Then we're going to go back through the front. And now I'm going to put my needle through these two bundles of thread. So that knot at the end, I'm going to put my needle through it. Whoop, and then pull it tight. Now I have a tiny eye on the front. If you want a tiny eye, that's great. I like mine a little thicker, so I'm probably going to go in and out and over this 3 or 4 more times to just make that eyeball bigger. All right, that eye looks good to me. I'm just going to tie this off. So I'm going to put my needle into this bundle of threads right here, and I'm going to loop this part where it's coming off my string once, twice over the top of my needle. So I'm just kind of wrapping it around. And then I'm going to pull these strings. So I don't want them kind of loose off the top. I'm going to pull them down towards my finger. And I'm just going to pinch this in place. It's just going to hold those strands right there as I'm wiggling my needle out. And that's going to put the knot right on this eye and snip it. If you are wanting an even simpler version of this eye, you can always just grab a marker and draw this eye on. So if you want to sew it, this is how you sew it. If you want to grab a marker and draw it on, draw it on. I'm going to do the same thing for this other side. Once you have those eyes attached, we are going to go ahead and sew on the legs and arms of our mouse. So for this, take your back leg, make sure that you have tracing lines so they are facing inward. And for this leg, we don't want to put it up here, else your mouse is going to have kind of like a really big bum. So usually for the legs, we scooch it like as far back as we can. It just makes it look a little, I don't know, less round when it's done. And then for this, I have threaded my needle with gray, and I'm going to do a loop knot just in one end this time instead of in two ends. And we are just going to knot these legs in place. If you want this to be a more finished looking or a slightly more complicated mouse, you can double up these legs and do a blanket stitch all the way around them before you sew them in place and attach this. I'm doing this the easiest way possible. Both ways are great, just choose what works for you. All right, so I'm taking this up and I'm going to go through both pieces of felt, pull my needle almost to the end. I'm leaving a little tail back here. I'm going to go back through the front, pull it tight in the front, and then I'm going to stick my needle into this bundle of threads pretty close to where that knot is. If you do it up here, like further in your string, it just gets a little more tangly. You can probably make it work if it's short enough though. And then we're just going to pull it tight. So now I've got that leg knotted in place, and then I am going to tie this off, or I'm going to secure it by doing another loop knot. So I put my needle halfway in, take this long string, not where it's attached to my needle, but where it's coming out, and I'm going to wrap it once, twice over the top of my needle, and then I just pull it back towards the eye of the needle as I put my finger and thumb in place, pinching that string just lightly as I slide my needle out, and that keeps that loop that I just did around the head of the needle right on top of that. Just makes it easier to tie. So I'm going to repeat those steps for all four of the legs, but not for any of the other pieces. The other pieces will get sewn in as we're putting this mouse together. So go ahead, pause the video, and attach the legs to the front and back of your mouse. Once you have the legs sewn onto your mouse, we're going to line it up so it should be kind of a mirror image of each other. We're going to put one piece on top of the others, again, not putting in that tail or the ears yet. I am again doing a gray string that I've measured from about my fingertips to my shoulder. This hopefully will be enough for me to get all the way around. And then I am going to line up the bottom edges of these two felts, and I like to start from behind the back legs because I think it hides the stitches really well. We're going to go through both pieces of felt, pull our needle almost to the end again, stick our needle into this bundle of threads right by the knot and pull it tight. And then I usually just take a second and tuck that knot into my project. Then we are going to do a simplified blanket stitch. So we are going to go over just a tiny bit. We're going to poke our needle into the fabric, and then we're going to take this tail end and we're going to wrap it over the top of the needle and then pull it to the side and pull it through. So this gives us kind of like a dotty line stitch. And I find it easiest, especially if you're new to this project, to always go from the same side. So if I have my mouse like this, I'm always going to go from the table side up, never from the sky down. And we're just going to keep doing this blanket stitch. So go through halfway through both pieces, pull this tail over, pull it out. And we're going to go to about here. Let's see. And you can decide if you want to do a string tail or a felt tail and the direction that you want it. So do you want it to curve in front of the legs? Do you want it to stand up behind the mouse? I think I'm going to have mine stand up behind it. So we're going to keep doing this blanket stitch until we get to where that tail is. So I'm going to go through both pieces of felt, string over the top, pull it out. From the table side always, through both pieces of felt, over the top, pull it out. I think I can fit one more in before I hit this tail. Okay, now when we get to the tail, we're going to change what we're doing just a little bit. Instead of doing a blanket stitch, we're going to do what's called a running stitch, which I think is even easier. It's just in and out. So we're going to go through all three pieces of felt. Make sure you're getting the tail and the back. Pull your string all the way tight, and then going from the opposite side, so from the back side or the table side, we're again going to go through all three pieces of felt. Whoop, pull it through. And that will secure our tail in place. Once we have that tail secured, we're just going to go right back to our blanket stitch. So from the table side, I'm going through both pieces of felt, pulling that string over the top and pulling it out. You are going to probably want to wind your tail down so it's not getting caught in these stitches as you're sewing up the back of your mouse. So I'm just going to bend it down. And I am going to continue with this blanket stitch until I reach the head where I want to put in the ears. So kind of like the neck about here. So I'm going to keep doing the blanket stitch all the way. Maybe I'll stop around this curve, get my ears positioned, and then just like we did that tail, that in and out stitch, we're going to do that with the ears. It's going to be a little tricky because we've got ears on both sides. It's going to be a lot of pieces of felt. But go ahead right now, pause the video, do your blanket stitch until you get past the curve of this mouth, and then come past the curve of this mouse, and then come back here and we'll keep working on this together. Once you've finished sewing up the back of your mouse, we're going to take a second and you're just going to put your ears in. We're going to do all 4 pieces of the ears. So we've got the gray, the pink, and I have it sandwiched between the mouse's head. This fabric might be a little bit thick, but we're going to go back to that running stitch where you're just going through all the pieces of felt. You are going to have to pay attention that you are getting all 6 of these in. We're going to go in one side, and then from that same side, we're going to push it through. You may have to remove your needle around to make sure that you're getting all of them. Pull it out. I'm going to push my ears in just a little bit deeper so I make sure that I'm getting them all. We're going to go in from one side. And then once you have all those mousy ears sewn in, we're just going to go right back to that blanket stitch where you're going through both pieces. You're grabbing that tail end and pulling it over. And we are going to continue with that blanket stitch until we get under this first set of paws up here. It's going to leave an opening right here for us to stuff before we close this up. So go ahead, pause the video, get those stitches in, and then come back here and we will stuff and finish this mouse. So you can use your polyfill, you can use your felt scraps. I usually do a little bit of both. What you're going to want to do is you want to start from the furthest away places first. So I'm going to stuff his nose and his head and kind of the back of this tail before I stuff his body. And I'm just going to take small pieces and just wiggle it in with my finger if it feels really tight. You can grab a pencil or a marker to help you wiggle those pieces in. And then we're going to close up our mouse body. My mouse is looking good. You're going to want to grab your last stitch and pull it tight. And then we're just going to continue with that blanket stitch all the way until we get back to our first stitch. It is going to be trickier this time now that it's full. So you're just going to want to be careful to get the one edge, not any of your inside stuff in the other edge. Pull your string over the top and then pull it tight as you're going through. You're probably going to need to push your stuffing in more as you go. Okay, so I'm here at my starter stitch. I'm going to go back through it, and then like before, I'm going to wrap the string instead of just once over the top like the blanket stitch. I'm going to wrap it once, twice. I'm going to pull it down. I'm going to pinch it in place as I'm pulling the string all the way through. And now I'm going to poke this back into the body, make sure my fingers are safe, and out the other side. Just going to give it a little tug and snip it here so that it disappears back into my mouse's body. Okay, we are so close to being done. You can be done here if you want. I'm going to sew a little pink nose onto the end of my mouse before I'm done. I'm taking my gray string and I'm going to add some whiskers to my mouse too. So I have no knot in it right now, and I just have it kind of parallel lined up together at the end. And I'm going to go to the tip where I want these whiskers. I'm going to poke my needle through, and I want them about that long. Maybe pull it through. I am going to snip my thread down here by where that needle is and just pull it off. So now I have super long whiskers, and I'm just going to cross tie them in the front, and I am going to sew my pink nose right over the top of this knot so it won't show up. So I'm going to do just 2 knots, a double knot right here. Looks good to me, and those whiskers are longer than I want them to be, so I'm just going to snip them down a little bit. Put them on each side. And now I'm going to get my pink to sew on that nose. So for the last step, I have this pink that's already cut, and it probably is going to be too small. So I'm going to do a loop knot just in the end. See if I can make this work. And then right where I have these crossed, I'm going to go through, and I'm going to do a knot stitch. Put my needle through the middle of that, just like we've done for all the others. I'm going to see if I can bend my knot up, and I'm just going to try and sew around it as I go. So I'm going through both pieces of felt, and then I'm going over the top and through both pieces of felt. I'm just kind of stitching around and moving those loops where I want them to go to create this nose. So I'm pushing the whiskers aside, going from the same side. So before, when I was doing the blanket stitch, I was always going from the table side up. This time I'm always going from the upside down just because of how I'm positioned and I want to see. And I'm just bending that knot where I want it to be so that I'm covering this kind of whole area. All right, and when I have the nose the size I want, I am going to do just another knot stitch. I'm going through part of these threads, wrapping this, ooh, it's kind of small, once, twice over the top, pulling it down so that knot is right at the tip, pulling my needle through, and then I'm going to poke this into my mouse's head, out the other side before I cut it, just so the cut line is not right at the nose. Wiggle it up in. So I'm going to do one final step, and I'm just going to unravel these strings a little bit. So there's actually 6 little string bundles here. And if you just pull the tops of them and kind of pull them apart, they will separate. And this is just going to give my mouse a few more whiskers. Alternatively, if you like it having 2 big whiskers, I also think that's a great look. I'll maybe keep mine so you can see half and half. Compare and decide what you want to do with yours. So here's how it looks with those separated whiskers, and here's how it looks with the 2 big whiskers. You can decide how you want to do yours. And here we are with our finished mouse or rat felt plushie. I had a great time putting this together. I hope you did too. I think he turned out super cute. If you liked this and you're interested in more fun or free patterns, come back next Monday. I have brand new patterns posted every week. And if you enjoyed this, be sure to like, share, subscribe, any other things, all the things. I can't wait to see you next week.